Alright, welcome back to the new edition of this particular YouTube channel, Adia Your Pro Tips. Alright, so in today's particular video, we are moving on to the day 5 of our 30 days on how sport bettors make profit challenge. Actually, in our last or previous video, which happens to be the day 4, we dropped a particular tips of 1.73 odds with a bankroll management plan. Alright, so this happens to be our day 2, which came out successfully, and we went on with our day 3 and also came out successfully. And the strategies and the bankroll management plan will be repeated in this particular day 5. So the strategies that we are using is actually over 1.5 goals and any team to score 3 or more goals in a row. We are combining these particular two strategies because most times we don't really have enough games on any team to score 3 or more goals in a row. And in the last edition, which happens to be the day 4, that will drop a 1.73 odds, just 2 games actually messed up the sleep. And because of this, I think it is probably because of the cup tournament, because in this particular tournament of cup games like that, most of the teams that are coming together, some of them has never played against each other at all, and sometimes there are so many things that used to motivate the underdogs. Alright, so without wasting much of our time, we'll be moving on to this particular video by avoiding some of these particular cup games. For example, under the England EFL Cup or Carabao Cup that they are currently playing, there are some games there that we are meant to predict as over 1.5 goals. But in order to avoid this kind of results, we are trying to avoid them. For example, the match between Huddersfield and Manchester City, that particular game is actually expected to end up as over 1.5 goals. But don't worry, guys, we are going to avoid some games, and let's see if this particular accuracy and consistency, if we can still maintain it till 30 days. And don't forget, please kindly make sure that you follow all the steps in this particular videos, including the bankroll management of using the 30% of your total balance in order to save, because right now we started with just 5,300 naira, and with 3 games consecutively, we were able to reach 7k, and unfortunately with the last result, which messed us up. All right, so the first game that we have happens to be England EFL Cup, and that is the match between Tottenham against Doncaster's Rover, and this particular game is actually expected to end up as over 1.5 goals. Alright, so in case if you are joining us for the first time, kindly make sure that you subscribe to this particular channel so that you will not miss the next day's tips. Alright, so the next game that we are going to look into happens to be under the Zech game, and this happens to be a cup tournament too. Alright, so we always have this particular problem of not seeing enough league games because they are more reliable when it comes to over 1.5 goals, because there are some teams that they always want to score goals, and there are some teams that they always want to defend. Alright, so this particular game that you guys are seeing under the Zech League is actually expected to end up as over 1.5 goals with odd of 1.10 odd, and we are expecting the away team to even do the over 1.5 goals alone. Alright, so without wasting much of our time, we are proceeding to the next game, which happens to be under the Denmark League, and this happens to be another cup tournament too, because we don't really have enough league games today, and we are going for these particular games that you guys are seeing on your screen. And this particular game, Ilerod against Eos, is expected to end up as over 1.5 goals at odd of 1.15 odds. Alright, now, so in case if you are not using this particular bet platform, please kindly make sure that you select the games manually. And the next game that we have is under the Egypt League. So this time around, we are not going for over 1.5 goals for this particular game. The match between MP Club against Ismaili LC. So this particular game is our only game that we want to predict as any team to score 3 or more goals in a row, which is no. And these particular options, we have it at out of 1.11 odds. So far, with our previous record, we've never lost this particular market before. Predicting any team to score 3 or more goals in a row, which is no, we've never lost it before. Alright, so our next game is under the Finland League, and we all know Finland for goal scoring league. If you have been engaging with them very well, you will know that this particular league they score goals very well. Alright, so the match between club HJK Club and Academia, this particular game is expected to end up as over 1.5 goals, but the bookmakers are not providing us the odd line for the over 1.5 goals, except for the over 2.5 at odd of 1.25 odd. But we are looking into over 1.5 goals, so we are going to make use of the go bound option, and which happens to be the goal bound option of 2 to 5 plus at odd of 1.06 odd. So this particular option is very equivalent to predicting over 1.5 goals. All right, now, so with just 5 games, we are able to accumulate our day 5 odds of 1.68 odd. And this particular method and challenge is meant to actually help us track our profits and our loss, because most times we do bet every day without knowing whether we are even earning or not. And most times we always rely on big odds. That is when we are sometimes lucky to really get sometimes a reasonable profit. But with this particular 30 days challenge, with consistency and accuracy, let's see the amount that we can actually achieve with this particular small odd 30 days challenge. So this actually happens to be the balance after a single loss within 4 days. With a single loss, we are back to our initial capital. All right, so if you have been following this particular challenge for a very long time, you guys will know that the percentage of amount that we are using for our staking is 30% of your total balance. So 30% of our total balance, which happens to be, for me, which happens to be 5,322 naira, is 1,596 naira, and this particular amount will be what I'll be staking on this particular game. So immediately we reach day 10, we are going to change our bankroll plan to a flat staking system, and from there we are going to switch to a 50% staking plan. The secret of this particular challenge is that we are not meant to lose 3 games consecutively or 2 games consecutively. All right, so within 10 games we are meant to win at least 8 out of 10 games. That is the secret strategy of this particular challenge, 30 days challenge. So we have 3 phases: the first 10 days, the second 10 days, and the third 10 days. So within this particular phase, we are meant to make profit for each particular phase. All right, so in case you want to join any of our group, you are going to find those group links in the video description and also in the comment section. So if you don't mind this particular odds that we are dropping, just make sure that you are consistent and you don't miss any of our tips, and please follow the instruction in this particular video strictly. Please kindly make sure that you follow very well. All right, so see you guys in the next video. Bye bye. Don't forget to like our video, drop your comments, and in case if you have any question regarding to most of our contents, please kindly drop it in the comment section. See you guys in the next video. Bye bye.